we're going to keep our eyes on. At the moment now, especially after this candle we had last week. But my only thing is I would love to see a pullback, especially to the 19 flat area. So I would love, in an ideal world, to kind of get something like this to hold as support, and come back up. But again, life isn't fair. It doesn't always play out the way we want it to. So we're just gonna have to take things as they come. But now when we go down to the 4 hour, you can see we are trying to have that pullback. As we mentioned, the 7 hour candle, something we've always picked up on is that it does turn around a little bit. So this should go the other way, but again, we don't really have anything of a bottom wick. So again, if we can just highlight that quickly for you guys, you can see there, nothing really too major there. So that is why we're also going to keep an eye out for that. But again, moving forward now, so as you can see, we are testing Asia lows. So keeping this very, very simple for you guys. For those that haven't seen my setups and stuff before, I like to just keep it a little bit simple. I don't know if it's just me, but yeah, the music all of a sudden got a bit louder. So we're just going to drop that a bit. But yeah, we're now testing Asia lows, as you guys can see. Now we're coming down. So obviously New York session opens 3:30, so we're going to be patient, and as always that 15-minute shuffle in the open. So guys, what I'm going to want to see is, if you go to the 4 hour, you can see here we've got all of this volume laying in these two areas. So again, no top wick on the bearish move where we started. So that we're going to wait for all that volume there, and the same here at the bottom, when you guys can see we can't predict it, so we always need to react to the markets. So at the same time, in saying this, we could do something like this when New York opens, hold Asia highs, go up, yeah, if we can support, continue up. So again, we'll just wait for that candle closure. If we can break above here, close, we also are taking the previous week high. So again, if we go over to the daily, just so you guys can see, that obviously was our high. And again, no top wick. So we do also need to make a top wick. That is why both these options are very liable. Like, they both can happen very, very easy. Same thing. Let's actually go back to the 4 hour quickly just to show you my buy target. So okay, it looks a bit small there now. So let's go to the 30 minutes. That is my buy target, guys. 1946. You could even aim for 1947, make it a flat psychological number, but I'm just doing that. And the reason I do this a little bit lower is I don't know which broker you guys are trading with. Your spreads can be very different to mine. So I normally like to set, my buy limits, my sell limits, my TPs, everything a little bit under. That way I know my things are always accurate to the T. I don't get slipped. I always get the target I want. So that's just a little note of what I do. So in theory, the psychological number, the 1947, is our TP, but for me, I'll set it at 1946.83, just so we know we guaranteed no matter what the spread difference is. Okay, reason for that, again, so we can show you guys, is these high rejection areas. You can see rejection, 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 all of this. So again, we just want to wick it, know we got our max TP possible. And again, same thing, you can see it's a little bit higher, but we're not going to be greedy, guys. If you've already got a move that's made you 5, 6R, why not take it? Like, you've got it, secure the profit, trade another day. And on that note, guys, again, this is going to be a little disclaimer for you guys. I want to start doing this, and the reason I do this is I want to really help you guys become profitable. So in doing this, we are not going to go for swing trades. I will leave the option out there for you guys if I do say it's a AAA grade setup and I really do believe that you guys can make a big profit on this. I will tell you, set stop loss to break even. If I'm sitting here still, I'll help you manage the trade. But as myself, I'm going to aim for one-to-ones. Reason being is this is going to become a daily thing, guys. So I want you guys to be able to come back every single day and make a profit. It's all about building those accounts, building those profits. And if we can do that little bit every day before you but I am bullish. So I think a lot of guys as well been on. It's not that unrealistic, guys, knowing especially how much US chocks and bosses all over your screen. You don't need it. Keep your trading simple. Keep it to how you understand it. And I promise you, you will already start to see that you'll get more successful over time. That's whole too complicated. Again, you start in your head seeing things that aren't necessarily there. So again, we have now tested this. So yes, we've got now the point of coming down. But again, we need to eventually break out of this range. So at the same time, at looking at this on the day, the weekly, I told you guys I don't even think we actually went through it. We're busy with key levels. Don't you tune? Oh, guys. Okay. So on the weekly, we kind of have a little bit of a doji candle, but again, that also shows that this wick, yeah, I don't like them. I like that to be filled a little bit more. So on the day, I'm actually going to go bullish for you guys, purely because of how we found support here again. As we found here multiple times, and we're battling to break below, I am going to be bullish. So let's just put it in here quickly for you guys. Bias, weekly, bullish, and daily. We're going to be bullish as well, but we'll confirm that now. Okay, so let's just put that over there. On the day, let's go down. So now already we know what we want to be looking for. Okay, so on Friday we came down, we rejected off the pivot, and we've literally gone bullish. We had a little bit of a wick down there, but now we've got all of this over here. So not something I'd like to do, but let's just see. I must say I like using my fibs on my indices. They just like to play out a lot more often. So as you can see, that pivot actually lined up perfectly with the 50. So again, indices and my fib don't lie, guys. Trust her, she helps you sometimes. She'll really save you. So already now that again confirms my bullish momentum. So what I'd like to see now, guys, is we are at that pivot. If we can actually hold this, because again, bearish, we've now closed back above. We're now trading off the weekly pivot. So again, 4 hours, weekly pivot. Let's just mark it out as well for you guys. So for guys that was asking about how I do the pivots, you can literally see I'm going to do it now for you, my man. So on the 4 hour, I'll mark out my pivots. So that would literally be on the 4 hour, you'll have your P1, which is obviously weekly pivot. You have your S1, which is weekly support. And we've got R1, which is weekly resistance. So another thing I like that I've been doing, guys, is you can actually just look at where your pivots are. So interesting thing, when the weeks change, for when you guys start implementing this, is with your weekly pivots, literally when they set, and let's say next week Monday comes, they can like conflict each other, but sometimes they are very nice as session is live, and I see I've already got an alert going off on Nas. There comes our breakaway, guys. So just as we spoke about, it's gone. Okay. So what we're going to do, guys, let's hopefully now as noted pairs I know. I'm comfortable with them. I understand how they move. Oil, I don't understand. It's the same thing if I had to go trade synthetics. Okay, synthetics move very, very differently. I can apply my knowledge and what I like to the market, what my entry rules and criteria are, but that can be completely opposite to what the market does. So you can be right, my brother. I don't know. I was just giving my input on oil, but again, not a pair I trade, so I'm not too sure. So let's just see. Nas. Well, there we go. Nas has already retreated very, very quickly. Had that initial push, and as you mentioned, guys, that's why we wait for that 15-minute shuffle. So I hope none of you guys entered in on that yet. As you said, wait for the first 15 minutes. That is a clear reason why. Again, as you said, now it's nice because there is that little bit of candle to fill. Let's just close that up again for you guys. Yeah, you've got that candle to fill now. So this would have been a nice entry. I would prefer at this point, because now you're neither above the EQ and you're kind of in like no man's land. So again, candle confirmation, I always preach to you guys, don't sacrifice your entry point. Like, get the entry you want, or rather miss the trade. Trade another day, guys. No trade is still a winning trade. So otherwise, I will wait for Asia highs, or my next one, I'm going to wait for the break above the 15 with the EQ. But again, we can see, yeah, there was that little turn, change around. But again, guys, as I mentioned, yeah, comes those crossovers. So you're going to start getting those big pushes again now, as I mentioned to you. So we're going to keep an eye on that. So we can even set, I'm not going to set an alert there. We'll just keep an eye there because it is very, very close. Okay. Going back over to US30. See, so Nas gave us the initial idea that we could see we were right on the call. We want to push, the buyers want to come to the party at this point. And US30 wasn't doing anything. Now can you see Nas has retreated, US30 is starting to come to the party. So this is what we were talking about, guys. So again, US30 might be the confirmation, and Nas kind of actually lets you get that re-entry. Again, Nas, I think purely there's a lot of resistance from these areas, yeah. So purely just going to get pushed down a little bit. Obviously the 200, guys, I always say with the 200 EMA, you're never going to get that clean just breakaway. It is very rare when that happens. A lot of the time you will actually tap it, reject off it, find support again, and then continue upwards. So in a case like this, we went all that way up, got pushed back down, but again, note, we did still close above the highs. So for me, I'm still happy to go long. Like, I'm still happy. This is going to change my bias. I just want to get a better entry point at now. So you could have entered over there, but again, I would have rather waited for Asia highs, or again, I'm just going to wait till we get that EQ, because at the end of the day, this is going to be a big move, guys. If I'll sacrifice those little bit of pips to rather get a confirmation and know I can, for example, let's even make it 300 just to be safe. Okay, I know I'm still gonna get a 4.5% trade. So again, don't rush things, don't sacrifice things. If I can still get my confirmation there, I'm happy. If I can't get the pull down all the way there, even better. But again, I can make a better trade, and no, I'm not sacrificing myself or making myself vulnerable at any point. I hope you guys are understanding that. So US30, let's see what she is doing. US30 is looking strong, guys. She is ready to run, she's ready to go, she's ready to fly. So we are just waiting for this now. As we can see, no guys, this momentum, she is looking like a tank right now. So as you can see, also making those, you can clearly see now in the 4 hour, those triple tops. So over there, we got the 1 wick over there, we got the second, and now the third one is going to be our special. You know, it's always like, it's like the third child. You know, that was going to be the most spoiled one. So this one's gonna break, and this is the one that's gonna get you all that money. You just got to think of it, guys. Look for these patterns in the market. Okay, so that is US30 is finally coming to the party now. Let's just go over here to gold again. Our special child that we are waiting for. The one we all love but we hate at the same time. When you don't treat her properly, she definitely likes to give you a bit of pain as well and bring you the hurt. So that is why we'll be patient here, guys. Because I know a lot of you that trade the Asia sessions or Asia highs and lows or pivots, you guys would have been in there selling Asia lows. But again, you can't. Still gotta wait. I don't know what's happened. My 80 is gone. I don't know what happened there, but we are fine without it. We can make a plan. So we are just gonna keep on going, guys, and see what we can get to. Okay, so let's just see. USD JPY is flying as well. So that is again showing us that the dollar is getting stronger. Let's actually go look at the dollar. Yeah, dollar found support at the pivot. Of Asia highs, so that actually would have been a nice entry over there, as we mentioned to you. guys. So Tuesday. Three touch there. So we can even monitor this zone now, because again, if this doesn't want to come and break through, we have got the test and close below. So you can actually start looking for sells, but again, I would just want to wait and get some type of confirmation on a bearish side of things before I enter. Again, I would rather sacrifice a few pips here now, knowing I still have the possibility of doing all of this. As we can see, there is always a lot of rejection from this zone. So you could literally have a target of this daily key level. Today would be an easy target. Otherwise, you can target, if you want to swing again, all the way down to the weekly pivot. But that would be me. Again, that is a nice 8R trade, but I'll just rather wait for some confirmation here on the bearish side of things before I enter. We go over to Nas, as you see, yeah, it's starting to bring that bullish. So this is where now we start talking about that they contradict each other. So the one has had the bullish push. This one showed us that Nas wanted to go up, but as Nas was coming down, US30 started having its push to the upside. Now US30 has tapped its zone, its POR, and started rejecting. Nas has started going back up again and having its retest. But guys, that's why we have a Yep, there we go. Okay, perfect. Yeah, so you can definitely have something like that. I don't trade trend lines, but at the same time, again, you're starting to go bullish. You're starting to trade above the 200. So with it being a third touch again, you could trade above, break above, and when my thing was when I trade trend lines, there you had entry points. You could get in. You could literally break above. Now, once you break above, if it is respecting your trend lines, you will see you're gonna have that clear push away from it once you break. So that is also something to watch out for. But I do see what you're talking about, but let's just see what happens. Again guys, wait for your confirmations, wait for this to hold as support. If that does hold a support on the EQ, 100% can enter off of that. Naturally, time rejection, that's it. As you said, area of high confluence on all indices. Yeah, these are really points because like with the dollar and with US30 and that, these are really points where they're gonna start flipping either bullish and really going bullish or staying. So there is gonna be quite a bit of a fight here, but once it breaks, it 100% is gonna break one way. But as you can see, this is starting to hold nicely. So I don't know if any of you guys jumped the gun and just entered straight away. It was there, the setup was, but we'll see how that plays out, especially after how this 15-minute closes for you guys. As I said, hopefully we can get a trade for you guys. If I don't get my gold trade, at least we could have given you guys a trade and see where that is running. For those that they did enter on it, we can just monitor that. US30, if anything, we might get a retest on the R1, but we will just keep an eye on these trades. With gold still hanging around Asia lows, so nothing so far for us. Hey Keys, just finished packing everything. How's USD been moving? I hope you got a trade in, but if you didn't, no stress. I haven't got anything in yet, Dorito. Nothing as of yet. As I mentioned to the guys, it is Monday. There's no news to push the markets, so they've kind of got to fight it out themselves this Monday. Really just decide who's boss and who is going to sit there. But again, we are using UJ as a bit of an indication on what the dollar is doing, because dollar index is coming back up. It is back at Asia lows now, but USD JPY has taken off. the Nas trade. Who stop loss to break even. As I say, guys, if you're happy, please close out, take it, start your week off the right way. Then we always come back tomorrow. Here's a huge following. He's an ICT guy, waits for a sweep of liquidity, break of structure, and then enters a fair value gap. You were basically right on with him, but he got there differently. Exactly, bro. And again, that's why I say I love trading. I didn't look at any of that. Maybe you could have said a little bit of liquidity where we waited for that break over here to pump in the volume. So in that sense, we looked at the same thing, but everything else have that break of structure and we're in the trade. So as I say, very, very cool. Like, that is something for me, guys. I love that. I really love that, because it just shows you how different people, same, no matter where you came from, what strategy you learned, that whole thing of diversity, you can do that with the markets. You can look at it so differently and get that same result. And I really am, it gives me actually such a cool feeling always seeing that type of stuff. I'm just under 2% due to a slightly late entry, but I'm keen to hold. Alex, I say, bro, just set stop loss to break even. I really see this trade running. You if anything, you just need to pay attention at the R1, but I say this thing can go, bro. I really say 1 to 5 is almost a minimum, yeah. So for me, literally just monitoring the trade, but as again, stop loss is a break even. If it goes all the way down, you're not losing anything. So you've got everything to gain, nothing to lose. So what a way to start a Monday. I have faith in the move. Thanks, bro. But yeah, let's see how she runs. Definitely also got that faith. And as I said, US30 is coming to the party. So US30 as well, when that breaks, that's just gonna flash as well. There we go. The dollar is confirming everything we wanted to see. So if I was you, 100% hold that Nas, bro. Hold that Nas move. If the dollar's going off, hold Nas. I'm telling you, minimum on Nas, guys, is R1. Okay, other than R1, you can go for the full 5R. Guys, just to give you an idea, like, if you are a funded trader, like, this is what I want to see. I really hope we can hit TP and really see the volume come into the markets, because if we could hit our first trade, a full TP and a 1 to 5, that would be insane. That would be crazy, guys, because I mean, that's, if you guys are funded traders, that's, I mean, a 1 to 5, that's half your phase 1 done. If you phase 2, that's your whole phase 2 done. So very, very cool way to start the week and start our first New York session. And luckily, you know what, doesn't look like I'm gonna get my trade for me today, but we got you guys something solid, and that's all that matters. You guys are the ones that come here. You guys are the one that rock up. You guys support me, and if I can give you back this and make you guys some money, then amazing, my man. Thank you so much. is that one that's gonna cry your ears till they bleed in, and you're gonna go there, go to sleep tonight asking why. You guys, I will see you tomorrow morning, or yeah, tomorrow morning with London with Chris. Same places, same time, and I will see you guys back here tomorrow for New York session as well. US30 is taking off, so you guys know what my entry criteria was there if you wanted to get that. Gold, unfortunately, we didn't get anything today, so that will be tomorrow's